Good morning. So we're going to go ahead and get our Tuesday message. Let's see what's coming up. Let's see what's coming up today. What is going on? What is up with everybody? What's the energy? How are you guys doing? I know I'm kind of frustrated and discouraged. And the thing I'm kind of discouraged with is, like, the time frame, that as much work as you put in and you're still sometimes struggling with things. And some of the people that you watch, like for motivation and inspiration, can take a turn, because it's like, they talk about like their past struggles, but then now they're like living in a fancy house with showing off their fancy cars, which is kind of that ego. Like, why are you showing that kind of stuff? I think it's kind of like for an inspiration, but it comes across as, bragging or arrogant. And then especially, I don't think it would be so bad, but I think especially since it's when they're condescending to you and saying like you're like almost like, they don't come out and say you're a loser, but it sounds like that, like you're a loser, you're attracting in all this negativity and it's your fault. You have a lot of negative people in your life because, well, you're forgetting that we actually do go out and work jobs, so there is going to be negative people around. It's not something that we're attracting in. Hell, I don't want to work with negative people. Believe me, my life would be a lot simpler if I could go in and not deal with the drama and chaos. But so let's see what's coming up. Sorry about that. I had to do a little rant because I'm a little frustrated right now. I am still trying to stay hopeful. I'm still going to keep doing the work, but I'm just so frustrated. So let's see what's coming up. What is this message today? Let's see if anything comes up for it. Been through it. 9 of Wands. Of course, this is like a running theme with us. And then we have, this one didn't turn over, so we have the King of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Queen of Wands. Okay, so a lot of you, this is a relationship, which doesn't resonate with me. I don't have a relationship, but there's some kind of, like, you've been through a ringer here with this relationship. This looks like a power couple. They're both the Wands energy. So a partner or a relationship that you're dealing with, is saying stand in your integrity. This could be a marriage, because we do have the Hierophant. That could be a marriage card. So this could be a married relationship here, that you guys have been through a lot of stuff, or you have been through a lot, a lot of chaos, a lot of battles, a lot of struggles, but you're still standing, you're persevering. And then on the bottom we have the Four of Swords. So you're really kind of contemplating things to figure something out. So there could be an issue with a relationship or a partnership here, that you are, you've been through a lot, and you're trying to sit back and look at the big picture and figure out what's next, what's going on, maybe recovering from something. Let's see what else. Yeah, some kind of toxic energy here. Yeah, this little guy shows up all the time. I am just like kind of sick of him. Yeah, this little chaos and toxic energy. Let's see what else. It could be a Capricorn, it could be a Taurus as well. Let's see what else is coming up. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, okay, so with this resting and rejuvenating and figuring things out, going through the ringer, you're taking small steps, planning things out, being methodical about how you can get out of this situation. The Four of Cups, this is, you could feel like you missed an opportunity, but this also could be like, you're avoiding the things that are going to distract you, the chaos, you're putting up boundaries and just like not dealing with it. So I feel like there could be some kind of energy that's really toxic around you with this relationship. You've really been through a lot with it, and you're trying to take baby steps forward and not pay attention to those distractions, that critical verbiage or whatever it is. So let's see what else is coming up. Yeah, coming from a place of unconditional love, filling your own cup first. I do feel like there's some energy though that could be attacking the relationship or the marriage, that is taking a toll, and you're trying to get out of it and trying to stay positive and trying to avoid it, and taking baby steps forward. But I feel like there's this energy of like it's not getting far as far as you want, or clearing up as fast as you want. We have the King of Swords. So, seeing the truth of the situation, but I do feel like there's this struggle here, trying to get through something, trying to avoid it. And sometimes that can be hard to do. I'm not going to be one of those people, like I said, that's like, it's your fault, because, sometimes we don't attract things in. It's just there, It's there for a lesson or something like that. We have the Seven of Cups and the Five of Cups. Yeah, so, you know, this is saying, like, try to not focus on that, you know, because where we put our energy is where it's going to go. So, you know, it might be very distracting and hard not to deal with. I mean, hard not to put up with, because it's thrown in our life sometimes. But this is saying focus more on the things you're grateful for. Focus on the cups that you still have. And, sorry, that there are a lot of choices and options out there, okay? So, you know, try not to dwell in your confusion. Try to focus on something else, you know. Step outside of that and try to focus on something else, and don't give it attention here, okay? And then we have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, because there's some kind of, you know, tricky manipulation, some kind of negative energy around you, where it could be deceiving. So there's some kind of deceiving energy, toxic deceiving energy here. I'm so sorry. It seems like every time I start talking on here, that you have to avoid, which is, I feel like it's very difficult to, because it's kind of in your face. It's something that's there, but it's like saying not to really focus on that, because where we send our energy, our focus on, is going to be, you know, more of a problem. So it's kind of like trying to get out of that and work on maybe your relationships or something else. Let's get some advice. I'm going to actually get some different cards. Different cards, and let me get a drink because my tickle is starting to happen up. Sorry, you know, I would stop this every time I cough and try to be perfect, but I don't want to mess up this message. I try to be real, because that's what I'm saying. Some of these videos are just either too perfect, or they expect you to be like perfect, even though you're at a different level than them. You're at a different frame line, and I don't want that to be, because, you know, I want it to be real. You know, not all of us have brought in all that abundance we want, and we have to deal with that negativity and, you know, aspect of it. So let's see, what's the advice, please, Spirit and Universe, for everybody? So again, seeing things in a different perspective, and I can tell you this can be hard when things are in your face, right? But, you know, you gotta like step out of that. It's time to focus on something else and see the bigger picture. You know, soar like that eagle ahead, instead of being like that peacock on the bottom of the ground, where you're like focused in it. Peacocks, I know, don't represent that, but I mean, you know what I'm saying, on the ground level. This is dealing with society, people, friends, family. So somehow you gotta be able to remove yourself away from that toxicity, even though you're in it. You know what I'm saying? You got to. It's like you're kind of like, almost, you're there, you're present, but you're almost checked out of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, and don't reveal everything here. Keep some healthy boundaries. You know, don't get involved. Like, people try to pull you into their drama, and it's kind of like trying to be more meticulous about how you word things, what you say, what you reveal. So if somebody comes at you and is like trying to pull you in and get you involved, you know, step back, try to think of how you're going to say it, and say it in a way where it's not offensive, but you can remove yourself from the situation and to be objective, okay? And then we have this Two of Swords. Yeah, you know, this usually is saying, like, take off the blindfold, see things clearly. I do feel like you need to do that, but I also feel like it's almost like you got to turn a blind eye to some of the drama around you. This is what I feel like right now, intuitively, with this card. It's saying, don't let yourself get involved. Kind of put those blinders on, and, you know, focus on like details that's affecting you, and then how you can move forward out of that drama and chaos. But don't get involved. Kind of keep blinders up, and focus on like the end goal, or your happiness, or your peace, or your intentions, and, you know, kind of distract yourself. It reminds me of those horses. You know, I don't know. Here we have Amish, so they have Amish buggies, and the horses that pull the carriages. And they'll have these blinders on, because, you know, they don't want them distracted by the cars and the, outside chaos. So they'll keep these blinders on, so these horses, so they can focus straight ahead. And I almost feel like that's what you guys need to do right now. Me too, because like I said, I've been kind of distracted and kind of caught up in that turmoil, because I've been out there trying to watch like motivational videos and trying to do things. But like I said, when you're in the real world and you're working and doing things like that, there's no way you're going to avoid negativity. You know, it's in your face, especially certain jobs you do. Like a lot of us work with public, so it's going to be there. And you know, it's not even just the people that we work for. Like it's our management, our coworkers, and all that. So we have to deal with that. But you got to be able to be present, but kind of checked out. I don't know if that makes sense. And then we have the Justice card again. This is a Libra, could be, but this is also again that fair, balanced energy. You know. Again, trying to deal with all that negativity or those people or that chaos in our face, but also maintaining our balance and our mental health and our emotions intact, right? All right, so let's go ahead and just get a little bit more advice. So, you know, if you guys have any comments on how you're feeling or what you think, let's keep it. If you do, I don't ever have that many comments, but if you do, I would appreciate like something that's going to be helpful to people, not like just negativity. Okay, so we have the Lovers. So again, this could be relationships. So, you know, we did have that couple energy. So I feel like, you know, some of this negativity in the outside world can affect our relationships, our intimate relationships as well. You know, the Lover's card can also be a Gemini. You know, this is like setting our intentions for that mental peace and mental happiness. So, you know, the more drama and the chaos that people try to draw us into can affect that. So this is starting some new intentions where you're going to be able to be present, but also kind of checked out and focused on yourself and your happiness and your well-being. And it will lead to success and victory here, okay? We do have the Page of Wands too. So there's some kind of intentions you need to set here and new beginnings that you got to focus on. You know, what you're passionate about, your creativity, your spirituality, and your emotions in check without letting other people affect that. Because then if not, you're going to be stuck and frustrated. I get that. So anyway, try to figure out how you can move forward with those blinders on so you're not distracted by all the noise and the chaos. And remember I said that yesterday, if you watched it, that video about how negativity is loud. So it's always trying to distract you, and you need to keep those blinders on. So today is all about putting blinders on, staying focused any way possible you can. And, you know, and don't get involved in that. Don't get involved in that drama, all right? Because it looks like some of you are having it affect your relationships here, you know? So, you know, you had the King and Queen of Wands. So it could be nitpicking at your relationship or your marriage because you did have the Hierophant, so this could be a marriage too, a traditional marriage. So I feel like there could be some distractions for somebody out there that are, you know, kind of picking at that, chipping at it, and it's starting to crumble a little bit or affect it. So it could, like I said, be a marriage. It could be a couple relationship. It also could be you, because we all have that yin yang, we all have that masculine and feminine energy, so it could be affecting your balance. So another little kind of deep one. Sometimes I don't know if I word things right, if you understand them, but that's what I'm getting from this. So yeah, I just pulled out, look at that, the Hierophant again. Yeah, so there's something that's kind of chipping away at your foundation here. Trying to make it unstable. So you have to stay focused, put on some blinders if you need to, and just focused on the task and your intentions and where you need to go, and don't let that outer noise, that negativity scream at you and get you off track, okay? So that is your message today. Thanks so much for watching. I wish you the best. Take care. Bye.